Welcome back to Zadara Storage. This video will illustrate how to use the VPSA GUI included in your Cube product. We'll look at all the various components of the storage and also perform disassembly and reassembly of the share to illustrate how all of the components work. If you have any questions or need support at any time, please visit our support resources at support.zadarastorage.com. In the previous video, we saw how to connect to Zadara's cloud using direct connects to connect to our storage. Now we will take a look at the VPSA GUI. The Cube is built on Zadara's VPSA technology. VPSA stands for Virtual Private Storage Array, which is a patented, highly redundant, high-performance, cloud-based storage providing both NAS file share access as well as block storage. The VPSA is configurable and allows you to create many RAID groups, storage pools, and volumes. For the Cube, our first NAS share has already been created and made available to us. In this video, we will look at all of the components of the VPSA and completely remove and recreate a share. Let's begin. First, make sure you are in the GUI. As we saw in the last video, we did this through a port forward, and that's why you see a localhost IP in the address bar. You may also access the GUI through an instance with a browser residing in the VPC, such as a Windows server. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you will see a list of all the components that exist in the VPSA. At the top, you'll see an additional menu, and on the bottom half, you'll see different properties related to the components section you're in. In a hierarchical view, on the left-hand side, you can see your drives, which assemble into RAID groups. RAID groups, which assemble into pools. Volumes, which attach to pools. Servers that attach to volumes. And controllers that run your VPSA's software. We also have some additional components for disaster recovery and backup and their configurations. We have the ability to add Docker containers through Zadara Container Services. These run directly against the storage. NAS access control, system settings, user management, logging, and support. Okay, we'll start by observing the GUI object layout using drives. Here in the top section, you will see a menu related to the drive section. In the data grid, you can see general information about the drives. In the bottom pane, you can see properties on the volume, metering, and logging. This happens at every level, so you can get configuration, performance, and logging in each of the sections. Currently, you can see that we have a RAID 1 RAID group. The RAID group is attached to a storage pool, and the volume is attached to the same storage pool. Here you can see your export path of the volume and which you use to mount. In the server section, you can see which IP or CIDR block is permitted to access its attached share. In the controller section, you can see activity in the system usage and cache metering tabs. Okay, so now we're going to disassemble and reassemble the share. Starting with the servers, we're going to detach the share 1 volume from server. We are going to delete the server record. In the volume section, we're going to delete volume. Now, if we look in the recycle bin of pool, we can see the volume we've just deleted. So we're going to purge the volume and confirm. This may take some time, so you can refresh to check the status until it's gone. Now we select the pool and we're going to delete the pool. We'll go to RAID groups and delete the RAID group. And now we see that we're at drives, which is the most basic element of our storage. Now we're going to put it all back together. First, we're going to create a RAID group. We have just 2 drives at the moment, so we can only build a RAID 1, but with multiple drives, we can also build a RAID 5 and RAID 6. We also have the chance to stripe at the pool level for multiple RAID groups, thus turning them into RAID 10, RAID 50, and RAID 60. Okay, so we've created the RAID 1. Now we'll create a pool. We can add multiple RAID groups to the pool. We have transactional and repository storage types as well as cached, which is actually SSD cache that runs on your storage. SSD cache can dramatically improve performance depending on the use case. Next, we create a volume. We have options for both block and NAS shares. In this case, we'll create a NAS share called new share and we'll give it a size. Volumes are thin provisioned and can also be over provisioned. Any space issue will alert you and our support that you may be running low on your pool. Here you can see the Samba or CIFS options. We've allowed guest access for now. We also have an NFS option for root squash. So now our volume is being created. There will be a short delay. We hit the refresh button. The volume is now available. Now we can allow server access by attaching a volume to a server record. First, we need to create a server record. We have both automatic and manual methods. The automatic will prepare instructions to download a script to your instance, and you can run the script which will automatically generate the server record. Or you can do the manual method, which is pretty easy. You just need to enter the server IP or CIDR block of the instance in your VPC. This allows instances that fall into this IP range to access the volume we will be attaching when we are done. Right now, we are not using iSCSI since this is a NAS share, so we'll leave it off. Click Create. And finally, we can attach our volume to our server record. In this case, we will use an NFS file share. And it's ready to share. That's the general overview of how the VPSA GUI works. Remember, if you purchased the Cube, it's already been assembled for you. However, you can make modifications if you'd like. Thanks again, and we'll see you on our next video for creating and working with snapshots. Please contact support if you have any questions or need additional information regarding Zadara storage products. See you later!